When you think of a pet store like PetSmart or Petland, what comes to mind? Is it these adorable pups taking a little snooze, or do you automatically question where these dogs originated from? Earlier this year, ASPCA.org defined a puppy mill as a large-scale commercial dog breeding operation that places profit over the well-being of its dogs, who are often severely neglected, and acts without regard to responsible breeding practices. What you don't see in this picture are the mother and father of the little guys who don't get to leave the mill, or the puppies the pet store rejected and are left to live an abandoned life. These are their pictures. Missouri is sadly dominating the Humane Society's list of 101 of the worst puppy mills in the United States, Lindsay Toller wrote about on May 2014 on the riverfronttimes.com. She states of the 101 dealers of the Humane Society's list, 22 of them come from Missouri. What goes on in these mills is something only seen from a movie. The female dogs are forced to breed over and over, and when they can't produce anymore, they're often killed. Quantity is preferred over quality, so because of this, the genetic records of these dogs are usually falsified. Another issue with these places is sick dogs are not removed from the breeding pool, causing diseases to be passed back and forth. Furthermore, neglect causes overgrown nails, matted fur, and starvation. Injuries go untreated, therefore it is not unusual to find dead dogs mixed in with the rest. Unsanitary living conditions attract bugs and rodents and breed infectious diseases. The health of a puppy mill dog is not even sustained by food and water. If there is any at all, it is typically filthy, contaminated with algae growth, urine and feces, maggots, and mold. Christine Lacoste from PetAdvisor.com wrote in February that due to the intolerable conditions of the puppies come from, the ball of fur you're buying from Petland could have epilepsy, kidney or heart disease, joint disorders, blood disorders, blindness, deafness, or respiratory problems, just to name a few. Mill owners increasingly advertise and sell through the internet and newspapers, misrepresenting themselves as a reputable business. Roughly 90% of the puppies for sale at the well-known pet stores are bred at a puppy mill. As long as the pet store customers purchase the puppies, these mills will always have a market. It is the informed person, educated about this growing issue, that can make a difference. Animal Rescue Corps believes that anyone can be an end to puppy mills by taking action and telling others about the cruel realities suffered by puppy mills dogs, and how adoption from your local shelter, such as the Humane Society of Joplin, is the only humane choice. Another option, if you're not interested in purchasing a new pet yourself, would be to donate to your local shelter. Most animal shelters actually house purebred dogs, and they deal with financial challenges every day. Abandoned pets who have forced their way to a shelter need the continued generosity of others for food, expanded shelter, vaccinations, and other medical care. In conclusion, puppy mills are an unnoticed issue that is rapidly growing, and something needs to be done about it. Who wants to buy a new member of their family that is already sick, could become sick, or have other underlying problems, all caused from being bred in a puppy mill? The action that could be done would be to adopt from a shelter, not from a pet store. Don't give those people the satisfaction of thinking they can get away with this. Inform everyone you know through social media and other forms of communication. And lastly, every single donation amount helps. You could fund the expansion of your neighborhood shelter to house dogs in a livable setting. You could give former puppy mill dogs the chance to have what all dogs deserve: safety, good care, happiness, and love from a real person.